Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, if you wouldn't mind. I'm on a new mic, so just checking. If someone can let me know, that'd be great. Am I live? Can you hear me? Nobody's saying that they can't hear me, so I guess that's a good thing, right? You can hear me, Dean. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it, buddy. How's everybody going? Welcome to episode 300. I can't believe it's 300, man. That is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, 300. That's like, I don't know, what's that, 6 years, I guess, of doing it. It's not the only videos on my channel, but obviously, you know, it's the only one that I sort of count up, as it were, like an episodic thing. So to get to 300 is pretty good. So thank you so much to everybody that watches each week and everything. And this is just kind of like a celebratory live stream of hitting 300. I did it for 100 and 200 as well. So I'm just going to say hello to the chat really very quick, because there's loads of you in here already. So I do appreciate everybody that's turned up. Steve DeBursa, how you doing? We've got Blake, says he can't watch. Oh yeah, I think you're in Australia, aren't you, Blake? So it's going to be quite late for you, or quite early in the morning, as it were. Max Rebo experience next up, 375. Yeah, that's an interesting number, isn't it? Scott Whitehouse wants you on the replay. No problems, buddy, but hello anyway for when you jump on. We've got West, we've got Wish Outfield, hi, we've got Cisco Deer, we've got David Parker. Appreciate everybody that's turning up. John McGuire, got Bradley Harvey, Miles, how you doing, buddy? Des T, congratulations. Yep, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. A lot of these people in the chat I've met in person as well at various conventions and stuff, so always good to see some familiar names in the chat. We've got Jez Bear, TVC Dadalorian, Armless Walrus Man, yeah. Owen Steve, well done on 300. Cheers, mods, appreciate it. All ready to join the celebrations. We've got Reno as Justin Riley, Dan Von Carr, got Dean, of course, runs the Facebook group. Scott Snootles. I don't think that's your real name, Scott, is it? Yeah. Other names here. We've got Tim Hayes. How you doing, buddy? Breton Fett's here. We've got Keith, Matthew. I've got Christopher Demers. The Sishiro, I think that's how you pronounce it. Lots of people in here are like Patreon supporters and channel members as well, so I really appreciate that. Lots more to come for those members and stuff, with some videos that I've got planned, things like that. So, you know, early videos and things like that. Congrats on 300, Tim. I don't agree with every point you make. Well, that's fine. That's what it's all about, isn't it? We can debate things. I'm all for other people's opinions in this space. So yeah, but your voice and passion within the community can't be underestimated. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that. We can hear you. Cheers, buddy. Loud and clear. Yep. Hoppy Creations. That's a name that goes back way back. Stuart Holt. A lot of these names do, to be fair. Stephen Novak. I think, Stephen, you might be the first. I think you might be my first channel member when I set up memberships. So thank you for that, buddy, for sticking around. Appreciate it. Riley Bob. Is it too soon for Hasbro to start prepping a reveal for Boss Bounty episode 375? Imagine that. I'm just trying to think. 75 weeks. Yeah, no, I think we'll probably know what VC375 is before then. At least I hope so anyway. Cheers, Haverock. Yeah, loads of people in here. David the Dead's in here. How many May the 4th reveals do you think we'll get? It's hard to tell, isn't it? I would hope for 4 or 5. I would say would be a good number. I'm just trying to think. We've got that poster, haven't we? We know we're going to be getting more from the Mandalorian Grogu, right? There's that poster, I'm pretty sure, with like some characters, silhouettes on it and what have you. So the film is in the same month, so maybe we'll get some of that. Obviously, we know we're getting more Battle of Geonosis stuff and things like that. We will take a look at the quick reveal as well. We will quickly look at the reveal that came out on Friday. I didn't have time to make a video because it came out at like half midnight our time, and then I was out all day yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to make a video, unfortunately. But we'll talk about it. I've got a few things to say about the is it Devon, and we'll talk about the Maul series in general as well. 6-year sentence, yes. I'm not going to lie, buddy. It takes up a portion of my Sunday. I'm not going to lie, but it's enjoyable. You know, it's always been a good series to like get your thoughts, because otherwise I'm just sort of talking into the abyss while I'm recording and replying to a few comments here and there. But obviously with that one, you know, you can really get an understanding of what the community are thinking because of the questions that they're asking and things like that, or at least my little community that I've got. You know, it doesn't speak for the whole community, that's for sure. Steve Martin, loads of names in here. You never skipped or missed a number. I didn't miss a number. I did obviously miss a few weekends here and there. I think like the first 200, I might have missed like one weekend or something. I think the last sort of maybe 50 have been just starting to get a little bit more difficult. Children older, my son and stuff wants to do more with me at the weekends and things like that. So sometimes, you know, if he's got a football match or something, then obviously it gets in the way of, well, not gets in the way, but you know what I mean. It doesn't enable me to make the video, but I don't think I've missed too many over the however many years. Thank you, Ato Kanks, for the super sticker. Appreciate that, my friend. Really appreciate that. Another 300 one day. Yeah, absolutely. I'll keep going. Trooper Wolfie. Hi there, buddy. Congrats on 300 episodes, boss. Okay. Me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got that, yeah. Congrats on 300. Rue, I mean, I could send you this. I could send you the StreamYard link if you want. You can join me on camera. Chocolate Chip Wookie. Oh, hi, buddy. Mark, my good friend. You know I don't mean all the banter that we give each other. You know that, don't you, really? First time seeing one of your live streams. Super excited. Cheers, Nathan. Usually I'd have, like, you know, if I do like another live stream, it'd be like full of guests and things like that. Sometimes we get the Hasbro guys on and what have you, but this one, you know, is just me, unless somebody I know that wants to join later on, they can. Congratulations, Tim. Great weekly viewing. Cheers. Thank you, Jesse Fleming. Appreciate that, buddy. Congrats, you can't watch live, unfortunately. We'll catch up later today. If you were a betting man, would you put money on there being a TVC Haslab this year? This is a funny one, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I think the last couple haven't gone. I mean, it's, you know, if you look at the numbers, right, I don't think they've gone as well as they would have hoped, maybe. So yeah, maybe it's time for like a smaller Haslab or something. Do you know what I mean? Maybe something that's not so big and grand. Maybe something smaller, a bit like the Jabba's Palace, where it's maybe like a made to order item instead. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think if I was a betting man, which I'm not in great quantities, I'd say possibly not. And I saw a load of or at least last week, rumors of like the arena. Nah, I can't see that happening. Not straight after the gunship. I don't know where that rumor came from, but I can't see that at all. Appreciate the super chat though, buddy. That's really kind of you. Cheers, BB. Little Pookie. Cheers, BB. Happy for the 100. Won't watch till later. Busy building a deck. Wish I could just watch live. Just want to say, Outrider Haslab Hasbro. Hi there, Tom Harris. Beast of Viper Squad's here. July through Nov. Highly valued voice of the community. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. So I go way back. Yeah, I think I was going to put something out on the video maybe last week that because I think I did the thing about like how many likes can we get on this video, because somebody said like, oh yeah, there's not enough likes on this video, get some more likes. So I sort of tried to sort of say, you know, let's see how many likes we can get. But I think what would have been better would have been like the people that maybe used to comment a lot that don't maybe anymore but still watch. It'd be great to like see those names pop up and it's like, wow, I remember that name from years ago and I haven't heard from that person for so long, sort of thing. And it's pretty cool that they're still dipping in and out of the videos and things like that. That'd be pretty cool. But Des, yeah, I know you're here often, my friend. Stephen A. Mac, thank you, buddy. Yeah, Jeff Russell, thank you, my friend. What a huge milestone. Thank you for keeping up week after week and keeping the community engaged. Yeah, no problem, buddy. I you know, super enjoyable and what have you. You know, I was even just gutted that I couldn't do the video about the reveal. Just like, Hasbro, what are you doing? Like, do you not think about me when you're revealing things? And like the time difference? Come on, man. Yeah, so it would have been good to do that video, but we'll have a look at that figure in a second, actually. Loads of other comments. Do you already have the Devon figure? I don't. I think it's set for fall or autumn, as we call it over here. So maybe if it's in a wave, maybe the final wave of the year, maybe, or second to last wave of the year, possibly, depending on how things go. Love watch every week. Will Hasbro offering Devon? Yeah, it's been revealed, if that's what you mean. Who's ready for more heat? Here we go. When's the heat coming then, Brandon? Did you ever number an episode the same like TVC at times? First video I watched of yours, a Haslab sail barge review. Been a happy subscriber ever since. Thank you, my friend. We've got over 180 people watching. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. To have that many people live is great. We've got loads. May the 4th bring the next TVC fan channel wave. There we go. You've heard it here first on this live stream. So is that a whole wave? Then what's that, 4 or 5 fan channels? What's that, 4 maybe? We'll have to see what's included in there. Peak Obi-Wan, cheers. Thank you. There are some mini rig inspired vehicles in the Mando movie. Hopefully it will show up as a small, affordable. Yeah, man, I saw that on the poster. It's the INT4 or the INT4, as some people call it. Man, that's, for me, that's where like Hasbro should go. Like we've been saying it for ages. Like those mini rigs, they're like classic Kenner. I guess they need an excuse to sort of make one of them, because even those mini rigs weren't in the films, right? They were made for like a cheap alternative to some of the bigger vehicles for the mums to pick up for their kids back in those Kenner days. But yeah, we'll have to see how much the INT4 is in the show, or the film rather, which I've booked tickets for on I think it comes out on the 22nd of May over here. So that's when I'll be going to watch it. What has been your favorite part of the channel in your 300 episodes? Exclusive reveals, chatting with Hasbro team members, growth of TVC. Riley Bob, that's a difficult one, really. I don't know if I've got one favorite thing. Like, I think the main thing, and it's going to sound quite corny, is like meeting loads of people, because like Star Wars Celebration, I got to meet so many people, and you know, not just like a one-off sort of 2-minute conversation, like just hanging out for the whole day sort of thing. It's like my good buddy Phil the Force, for example. Like, you know, I've seen him outside of conventions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, I guess that. But in terms of the channel itself, yeah, it's always nice to get an exclusive reveal, isn't it, for the channel? I haven't had many over the years, but I've had one or two, some better than others, let's be frank. But yeah, no, I think it's probably like the Ask Boss series is a favorite of mine, because as I said, it definitely like allows me to sort of talk to you guys in a different way, if that makes sense. But live streams are good as well, just like we're doing now. So we're like 3 people away from 200, which should be just be wow, amazing. Delvian Seek, yeah, buddy, it has 300, six odd years. Yeah. I think the channel is 8 years old in May, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I will get. Wow, there's so I'm miles behind on the chat. I do apologize. What I'm going to do quickly is just bring up this quick, because I haven't had a chance to really talk about this yet. Let me just get that comment off the screen so we can see. If I have missed your comment, I do apologize. So yeah, this is Devon. Is that how you pronounce it? From the Maul show. Just in general, I'm really enjoying the Maul show. I don't know about you guys. Cool artwork, loads of like decent lightsaber battles, loads of sort of Sith bad guy type characters, red lightsabers, just loads going on. And I don't even think we've seen the other Inquisitor yet. We've only seen Marok, right? We haven't seen the other one yet. I don't think we have anyway, if I'm all caught up. Yeah, there's a couple of things I did want to sort of, you know, this is a good looking figure and everything, but as we know with these female characters, regardless of whether they're a Jedi, you know, lightsaber wielding character, they do lack the wrist articulation, don't they, which is never good for lightsaber wielding characters. And it does look like she's only got the swivel wrists. I'm also wondering what's going on with that other hand. With the, it's like the Obi-Wan fingers, isn't it, a bit? But it's also got the grip, so you can like do the double-handed lightsaber. Maybe it would have been better to put an extra hand in, swappable hand or something, if they wanted to sort of get that out there. But other than that, and also the lightsaber, I don't know, looks a bit chunky, maybe. But apart from that, the figure looks good. I'm always an advocate for soft goods, but on this occasion, I think because you want to get that sort of wrapping around the neck kind of nailed, I think they've probably gone for the right decision with the soft vinyl plastic for the cape, because I just don't think they'll be able to get that detail done quite right. I think the Black Series one has got the same as well. You have to let me know. Perspective throwing the saber off. Yeah, I'm just going to get another one of the images up. Let's get this one up here. See, this one to me looks a lot more photoshopped. Yeah. I mean, it's cool and everything. I mean, I'm enjoying the show, so I'm glad we're getting this character. But of course, when you get this character, then it instantly makes you want the Jedi Master. I can't remember his name, but the Jedi Master is a cool character. I bet that would be quite an expensive figure to make, though, with all his paint deco. Like, I can just imagine that sort of. He's got like a turtle head, hasn't he? Which means something else, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. But he's got like a amphibious head, if you like, and he's got like lots of sort of luminous stuff going on his skin, isn't he? I bet that'd be quite difficult to recreate in action figure. Mind you, I haven't checked if the Black Series have got that either, so yeah, you'll have to let me know if they have or not. Those legs and boots can be part of an Endor layer upgrade. Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the trousers are almost the same color, aren't they? Uncle Docky. I'm alone in waiting to see her character growth. Version 2.0. I'm waiting more for that look. So are we thinking she's gonna turn, right? She's gonna go with Maul, right? Is that the theory? Thanks him. Sorry, buddy. As soon as I said it, I was like, I've just said turtle head on the stream. That is classic. Yeah, man. Christopher Fienga, congrats on 300. Still no clue. Rumors about TVC 375. Not that I've heard. No. I think Steve Evans pretty much said that he's, it's going to be something special, right? What that is at this moment in time is another matter, isn't it? But I know a few people have said, it could be C3PO. It's a fairly good shout, I guess. He's the last one that we need for the first 12 Kenner figures. C3PO is on a Star Wars card. I know we've already got C3PO in the vintage collection, but it's not a great figure. But in terms of on that Star Wars card, C3PO is the last remaining one that we need from the first 12. It's also a character that obviously has been talked about a lot. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed if it was C3PO, put it that way. Not only because that means we get C3PO, but also I think 375 or 3PO rather would be deserving of 375. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that matter. How long we got to wait, I don't know. It's already been a while, isn't it? Since they teased us with it. What would be the best day to reveal VC375? On May the 4th or maybe next year on the 50th anniversary? Either of those, really, I guess. Some kind of Star Wars day would be good if they wanted to sort of tie things up, have some synergy with it. There you go. So TVC Dadalori says must be C3PO. Yeah, I mean, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. I mean, obviously, we don't even know if C3PO is coming or not, but it would be a good shout because of the reasons that I've mentioned. Thanks, Haverock. Appreciate that, buddy. He says, I think many people here would agree. Thank you for the content over the years and maintaining the community. I hope 375 is a new Bossk. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be selfish. I mean, that would be the ultimate for me, but I don't think that would be the case. But I think we need a new Bossk. We definitely do. And for that matter, we need all of the bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back. We need IG-88 because we do have 3 IG-11s, but no IG-88 in the line on that classic Kenner cardback. Of course, I know we've got him before in the Vintage Saga collection, but when you get a figure as good as the IG-11 and you've still haven't got the classic IG-88, then that's a bit of a bummer. So I would like one of those. And then, ESB Boba, you need a new one of those. You've seen how good that the Return of the Jedi one was. So, and when you compare that one to the Empire Strikes Back, it's not even in the same league. So, but thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. Yeah, other people here. Max Rio will be a Bossk with swappable Tim head. I don't think so. The days of what was that line called with where you had your photo taken for the Black Series? That didn't last long, did it? Wow. Somebody put in the chat what that line was called. I've forgotten already. The longer they leave or reveal 375. Well, yeah, this is half the problem, Des, isn't it? Because that's the thing with teasing things, isn't it? You get people hyped. And that's the whole argument regarding like pipelines and things like that, isn't it? You get you get hyped about a figure, and then if it's a disappointment, it's like, oh, Been looking forward to that figure for ages, that since you pipelined it, and then when you get it and you see it and they actually reveal it properly, you're disappointed. It's the same with building things like this up, so hopefully it's something that won't be disappointing. Does anybody else in the community feel that the Revenge of the Sith Anakin's hair from the 3-pack is way too blonde? Yeah, 100%. But that's just paint deco. They can, I mean, I think that one's supposed to be based on the Ahsoka series, but even so, he didn't have that blonder hair in that either, did he? So I think it is a bit too light. And hopefully, if they do the Revenge of the Sith Anakin for real, outside of that pack, then hopefully it has like a darker hair or whatever. Buddy, I've been trying to contact you. Like, you're the only person I haven't sent the stuff from my Whatnot stream. If you go onto Whatnot, you'll have 2 messages from me. One on the very first day that I was due to send it out, or the day after, from where I packed it out. So check your messages and you'll find out why, and then just let me know what you want to do. But I didn't know how else to contact you, to be honest. If 375 isn't 3PO, who would you want? 90 to T9 P3 the most? I'd love a Tarkin, but do you think it could be a Luthen? Maybe as many fans want him. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm lost with what that is, but I don't know. I think like Luthen's a character that everybody wants, but I don't think there's any sort of connection to it being 375 necessarily. Do you know what I mean? It needs to be something that's like from Kenner or something. I don't know. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is lacking, isn't it? It definitely is. Obviously, last year we had Return to Tatooine. A couple of years before that, we had Return of the Jedi 40th. But even so, with that, although we got a few nice pieces, I think we only actually got one newly tooled figure for it, and that was the Imperial officer Piet. Apart from that, all of them were retools, so it wasn't as if they sort of like did what they're doing with the Battle of Geonosis, where it seems that we are definitely getting, more new stuff for it. But yeah, the Empire Strikes Back is certainly lacking because we never really had that anniversary properly, did we? Which is what obviously sparked everyone into the whole, back TVC, fight for TVC, 375, save 375, all of that sort of stuff in 2020, because, we're seriously disappointed, weren't we? So what did we get? We got a reissue of the Slave 1. And I can't really think of anything else, really, to be honest, for Empire. I'm trying to think. It's too long ago, man. I'm getting old. May to order Bounty Hunter pack, yeah. Be nice, wouldn't it? Really don't waste it on a gimmick. Carbonized C3PO. There you go. Bring back carbonized. Not. Too soon for Maul ship from Shadow Lord. Yeah, probably. That's the thing with it. Are we even going to get any more figures from Maul? So we've got, if you think about what they've spent in tooling, it's actually quite a lot more than you would usually get, especially at the same time as we're getting all of the stuff for the film as well. So, we had, I believe Marok was all newly tooled. I think the other one, somebody was saying that it uses light cruiser Luke's legs or upper legs, I think. I don't know if that's a fact or not. Otherwise, if they haven't, I think that's an all newly tooled figure as well. Obviously, Maul was a repack. Would have been happy with that if they'd included the cloak. I think that would have been nice, like they did for the Black Series. And then this one. So that's 4. I mean, obviously we want more, but for an animated show, I think that's for the vintage collection. I mean, I think we've done all right. It's just they've got to follow it up now. There's plenty of characters we've seen in that show, which I'm sure loads of people would want in their collections. So, new C3PO, Bossk, Akmina, Tarkin, Ewok Village Lair, Slave Lair, TVC. Yeah, I agree with all of those apart from Akmina. It's not really my bag. I had ESB figures in my March Madness top 10, and almost none of those figures won a round in the tournament. Yeah. It's yeah. I think I've said recently about any fan polls, like we seem to be asking for characters that, in my opinion, we should already have. Luthen, C3PO. It's a bit of a shame, really. There doesn't seem to be too many like background characters and things like that, which is what you should usually be using your vote for, because hopefully you've already got all the stuff that's obvious. You shouldn't really need to be voting for Luthen. So it skews it a little bit. Some of the sort of more interesting background characters, or characters from Legends or a video game or whatever it might be, they don't get the attention or the eyes on them that they deserve because we're voting for other things. I wish, mate. I do wish. Yeah, it's with the ticket price and the flight price and the accommodation and everything, it's just too much. And if I was to say to my family, by the way, I'm going to the west coast of America for a week without you, that probably wouldn't go down too well. So, selfie series, that's it. Your son did one, yeah. Selfie series, wow. Yeah, I can safely say that I did not do one of those. Selfie series, yeah, thanks. Riley Bob, member for 49 months. Thank you, my friend. Would you rather ST figures or EU figs? EU every day. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings out there, because everybody wants their own stuff, but the sequel trilogy figures would be very, very low down on my list of things that I would want from the line. And let's be honest, there's a long list on everybody's list of what they want. And there's just so much, from like the prequels, from the OT, from Andor, Rogue One, that I'd want so much before anything from the sequel trilogy. There's a couple of characters in there that I think would make good action figures. That's not so it's not about that. It's just, yeah, it's just not my thing. Clarish Doug, congrats on 300, Tim. Haslab cancelled this year. Somebody said this earlier. Someone said, what would I bet on if it was or not? I think you just got to look at the other, the previous two, and I don't know. Maybe the Black Series will get one this year, or they'll try. Whether it'll back or not, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one, that one, because we've got the big year, the next year as well. So, if you're thinking about it, it would be an ideal year to say, right, we won't do it this year and we'll just save something for next year. But alternatively, if they could do something maybe smaller, or as I said, like a made to order thing, it's not the size of a Haslab, maybe something for like 150, 200 or something like that. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't be against that, not having a Haslab this year, put it that way. I think it would give everyone's wallets a break, just settle it down a bit. Do you know what I mean? But on the other side of the coin, having a Haslab does sort of like invigorate the line and everything. Everyone gets excited. You've got that sort of window of the month where loads of people are putting content out about, how well it's doing or not so well on, let's face it, the gunship was a bit scary for a while, wasn't it? It was a bit touch and go whether it was going to back. So, I think that probably worried, if it worries the collector, then it probably worries the people that are making this stuff as well. So, yeah, we're just talking about that, Edward. Yeah, it's I don't think it's lacking articulation. I think it's still swivel. It's just difficult to see. I'm pretty sure that there is a swivel on there. At least I flip and hope there is. But yeah, unfortunately it's getting normal now for female characters not to have wrist articulation. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, to be honest, especially for a Jedi character. Congratulations. My son's days. Are you liking the Maul series? Yeah, I do. Really enjoying it. I think it's great. As I said, the artwork is high quality. The action scenes are good. The story's good. I like Darth Maul as a character. It's just quite funny with Star Wars. No one's ever truly dead, are they? So there's always a bit of a debate of whether he should have come back in the first place. But now, obviously now he is. In various other series that we've had, I think it's quite a good thing to have like a series, a Maul series. Popular character and all that. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Master Eco Dio Daki. Yeah, so that's the guy, right? So that's the one that I would really, if I was to pick one figure from that series that I would really like in TVC, it'd be him. But as I said earlier, I think it'd be quite expensive to make because of the detailing on his skin, the colors they'd have to use, the amount of deco. You'd want him to have a soft goods cloak. You'd want him to have all the best articulation and stuff. So maybe that's why they, went for this one. But arguably she's the main character, right? Apart from Maul. So from Brazil, do you know if we'll have a C21 Heisinger vintage collection? No, I don't know. I'd have to look what that is. C21 Heisinger. Let me know what that is. If that's from like a computer, is that a ship from a computer game or something, video game? He hasn't watched it yet, no. And to be honest, he didn't watch Andor. He hasn't watched Andor yet. He loves The Mandalorian, basically. We're booked in to see the film. He likes the characters and the action that's in The Mandalorian. I don't think Andor, especially after the first 2 episodes, for example, he'd probably think, this isn't really for me. So I've tried to sort of say, you really need to watch this, but maybe when he's a little bit older, he will. Darth Wizzy Wizard, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. TVC gets a Rook cast with a better face sculpt than the Black series. Jackson. Some people would like that, wouldn't they? I mean, it's not my cup of tea, although I do like the Star Wars comics. But yeah, some people would like that, I think. Biggs, personally, I would love 375 to be a George Lucas behind the scenes figure from the filming of A New Hope. Hasn't what's his name? Ian Butler 3D. He did some like 5 POA George Lucas's for the show. Yoting, which characters do you think are unacceptable that Hasbro has not yet released, or your crystal ball can't see coming anytime soon? This, well, Luthen, loads from Rogue One. I mean, if you're talking about the sequel trilogy, which it's not my favorite thing, but there's loads from that, isn't there? that they never got to. There was loads from the Obi-Wan series. The droid, for example, Ned B is his name. Just things like that. Things that are like, have got like a big role in these films or in these TV shows, and we just never get the figure for it. Is Hero Collections hinting at a 3? What's he said now? Have I missed something? Or is that something that he said earlier? Let me know. TVC typically has better face sculpts than Black Series. Yeah, I agree with that. Not every time, but I think the bigger the figure, the more unforgiving it is. So when you're looking at a TVC figure from, like, I don't know, arm's length away, some of them look just exceptional, like unbelievable. Obviously, when I do my reviews, I like to bring them right into the camera so we can really get a good look. But sometimes that makes it, it doesn't look like the character it's supposed to be because you're looking at it too close up, but then you like move it away again and then you really get it. But with the Black Series, obviously, it's bigger straight away, so it's a bit more unforgiving. And then obviously paint deco errors or slight, the pupils being slightly off or whatever is more noticeable on a Black Series figure. So, but in terms of the sculpts, yeah, I sometimes I would agree on that. Yeah, not every time, but I think TVC figures, that's the one thing that's like so good recently. When it's an all new figure, the head sculpts usually are really, really good. Oh mate, I wish. Yeah, his Star Destroyer bridge is great, isn't it? I don't think we will, but it would be great if we did. Would like a new Rebel Hoth Trooper. Yeah, we need one of those. Oh, hinting at a 3-pack in his story. Was he? Okay. I didn't check that out. I haven't really been on Instagram much today. So he's come on here and he said fan channel wave on May the 4th, did he say? And then he's hinting at a 3-pack on his story as well. So I mean, if that's all coming on one day, May the 4th, then that's 7 figures already, isn't it? So I'll take that. That'd be good. Excuse me. Armless Walrus. If there is to be a Death Star Haslab, do you think it would fund at £1,000? Could the cost be even higher? What would be your breaking point? £1,000. Like I would worry for any item that's over 999. That's just like the optics of something being £1,000. It would send people into overdrive, wouldn't it? It would have to be, for something to be that much money, it would have to be absolutely incredible. It would have to be have all the bells and whistles, come with some exclusive figures, whether you agree with exclusive figures being locked behind expensive Haslabs or not. But for something like that to back, it would have to come with exclusive figures. I think you'd have to have some incentive to back it, other than whatever it is being amazing. But I think anything over that would be my breaking point. But of course, if something was released like that, then I would buy it because I'd want to review it. But I wouldn't be overly comfortable with anything being that much money. That's a lot. Let me know in the comments what you think. What would be your breaking point? Just gonna have a drink quick. I think there's one more image on here that we can look at. I think it's this one. So yeah, I'm just trying to look that. I think there is a cut there on the wrist. So I think it's going to have swivels. But look, if you didn't look at that really sort of zoomed in, you would think that's like all one piece there, that hand. But I hope it's not, because that would be truly awful. 375 should be Sith Jar Jar. Well, we've had the Jar Jar and Carbonite, so you never know. He didn't have a proper VC number though, did he? But Marok and other Inquisitors have been a character for several years. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But it just gives them, them being in a show just gives them an even more of an license excuse to make them, I guess. I hope we get a Rook cast. She ticks off Clone Wars Gap as well as Maul, Shadow Lord, Main. Yeah, she's a cool looking character. Her armor is different to other Mandalorians that we've had, though, haven't they? So you wouldn't just be able to use Bo-Katan's even torso or helmet or anything. Completely different as far as I can tell. Excuse me. So that's unfortunate, isn't it? Because that'd be a simple repaint otherwise. But yeah, I'm all for getting that character 100%. Is Devon's cloak the same as Padme's? That's a good point, actually. I haven't got Padme close to hand. Does look a bit similar, doesn't it? Now you've said that. Yeah. I mean, I am first and foremost prefer soft goods, to be honest. But TK Troopers, yeah, I get a lot of people saying they want TK Troopers. Yeah. Jar Jar non-jokingly needs updating. That face is lacking any emotion of his character. Phantom Menace in general, where like if you think about Darth Maul, the Darth Maul that we've got in the Phantom Menace is a poor figure. Jar Jar Binks could be updated, and then Qui-Gon needs badly updating. We don't have an Anakin in his slave outfit, if that's what you can call it. They chose to make the one from the very end of the film in his like Jedi Padawan outfit when we haven't got the one that he wears for the most of the film. So Watto, there's Phantom Menace, there's loads, and I Phantom Menace is probably my second favorite of the prequels. Do you think TVC will get 2 Boots figure? Some Facebook page Star Wars Custom used the HK Assassin droid. Yeah, I was trying to look at that droid in terms of like maybe like his upper legs or something being similar to K2 SOs or as you say, those droids, the assassin droids. So yeah, I mean, of course, these are the characters, aren't they? Like we need the police sergeant guy, we need the droid, we need the Jedi Master. We've got the 2 Inquisitors, we've got Maul, we've got the Devon now. So that if you had those, that'd be actually pretty cool, wouldn't it? That'd be a nice amount from the Maul series. I refuse to vote for Luthen because it's crazy we haven't got him yet. I'm probably way behind, aren't I, on the chat, which I do apologize for. With the U-Wing in The Mandalorian Grogu and recently in Andor and Rogue One's 10th anniversary this year, should have been the year for the Haslab. I agree, my friend. I would have loved that. Yeah, love Andor, love Rogue One. It's in The Mandalorian Grogu. It's a cool looking ship. What is not to like about having that in the vintage collection? The Nerf version just does not count. And if you can just imagine what they could do in the vintage collection for something like that, it'd be really cool. I'm not displeased with the gunship because I've always wanted an updated version of that as well. But I do like the U-Wing, man. Forearm swivels. Yeah, so I hope we're not saying that she's got a swivel at the forearm where her like sleeve meets the arm, because I mean, you know, when there's gloves that do that, that's like a massive no-no for me. I really have never liked that on like Rebel pilots and previous Vaders and things like that. You can have hinges on the wrists even with gloves. So I hope that isn't the case. Can we expect a? Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, I will record it soon. 100% I will. Room tour. It's almost there, my friend. Talking about wrist articulation, I still can't move my Tuscan Raider ones. Thank you. Yeah, I think I did. I think in my review it broke, if I remember rightly. I think that's the case. I definitely had one break. I don't know if it was when I was recording the video or another one, but I definitely had one break. It was the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm versions that were really bad. Mate order U-wing. Yeah, do it, Hasbro. Do it. For me, the gunship is a hanging item. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would look cool in flight mode. I'm going to have mine sort of on the stand that they provide. You do get a stand with it, and it allows you to put it on like sideways and what have you. So I'm going to have that with all my clones in it and things like that. That's how I'm going to do it. But you know, if you could afford to, I do know there are people out there that bought 5 or 6 of them, and if you had the space in a collection room, having them all hanging at different levels from the ceiling would look pretty cool. All of the 96 super articulated figures, so we can get all of them at once. 96. That's a lot of money, my friend, in one go. I'm behind a U-wing all the way. Yeah. Yeah, when it got announced, the gunship, I was disappointed that it wasn't the U-wing. I was hoping that it was the U-wing. But at the same time, I'm still happy with what it is. It's an excellent looking ship. Your what look? Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm not too sure when I'm going to do another one. We'll have to see. I think I was getting to the stage where I was, you know, selling stuff that people just have got loads of already, and you know, it's just sort of letting it go for next to nothing, really. You know, like we're talking about extras here that I've got in my cases of figures that I've stupidly bought over the years, which I don't do that anymore. Oh, it's the bounty hunter droid from Clone Wars, right? Okay. I'm rubbish with names of things when it comes to, especially from things like I mean, I've watched all the Clone Wars probably twice all the way through, but you know, there's some people out there that can go, yeah, the so and so arc from series 3, and they know the episode numbers. Like, I'll never be able to do that. My memory's just not good enough. Why is Devon's outfit so uninteresting? You'll have to ask the Lucasfilm designers for that one. I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean, it's not your classic sort of Jedi look, is it? But then again, they're not. They don't want to look like Jedis, do they? At this point, they're on the run, aren't they? They're trying to blend in. So maybe she just wants to look, you know, like a nobody, basically. So I still hope for a TVC Luthen and/or TIE pilot disguise, Claire Markey, ISB armor. Yeah, the ISB armor. Black Series have got that, haven't they? I would love that. On his Instagram story, ? Is that a rhetorical question? I thought it was you, Dadalorian, that said it was on his story. if I mistaken that. Okay, somebody else is saying it. Here we go. Need some ISB troopers. Yeah, man, they were cool. And the guy that plays the main one, if anyone, he's in one of the Ricky Gervais series. And there's a really, really funny scene of them in the pub. Extremely bad language all the way through it, but it's hilarious. So if you can find that online somewhere, maybe even YouTube will have it probably. But yeah, it's really funny. It's like an outtake of it as well. Ricky Gervais is just laughing his head off. He can't stop laughing. But yeah, that's the same actor. So if you've got a minute, tell us how you first became a fan of Star Wars. Well, I mean, I was too young to watch A New Hope, or Star Wars as it was called then, back in the cinema. I was born in 76. So I probably saw it when I was 5, maybe, but my first memories are getting the toys. I remember one Christmas, I can't remember when it was. It's probably 80, 81. I remember getting, like, I don't know if any others' parents used to do this, but they used to cut the cards around the bubbles. So you still get to open the figure on the bubble, but the card's been cut. And I remember getting this like present that is more sort of like this shape. And inside it was like 4 figures back to back, but just the bubbles. And it was Chewie, Luke, Ben Kenobi, and I think a stormtrooper, I think. And, you know, even back then, I can't remember whether it was the figures first or the film first, but I instantly loved the toys, you know. And throughout my childhood, Star Wars figures, Transformers, a bit of Action Force, which is basically G.I. Joe over here in the UK. Those were I had a little bit of Masters of the Universe, but not much. Those were the 3 things, but the most Transformers and Star Wars. So that's really how I got into it, really. And I've been a fan ever since. I remember getting my first flat when I was like 18 years old, living on my own, and I had this little wooden shelving unit on the wall. And I went down to this little comic shop and I found a Scout Trooper, and it was, I think it was £6, mint condition, you know, maybe even less than that, maybe it's £3, I think. And I bought it and I had it on the shelf. So even then, when I'm like, you know, 18, 19, I'm seeing something Star Wars and going, wow, I remember that when I remember selling them all at a car boot sale for a start. So when I was like 14 and I wanted a new skateboard or something, but yeah, just 5 years later, I saw one in the shops and was like, wow, I'm going to buy that. Yeah, I've just been a fan ever since, really. Like all of you guys, everyone's got their own stories, haven't they? But most are pretty similar, I would say. Yeah, I know, buddy. You did ask for that. Yeah, I know. I think it just got to the point where it's like it's probably a bit late for me to say that now. But I did do the video of the ones that you voted on, and I would have usually done a video where I listed them. But I think now it's April. I've probably missed the boat on it, really. But I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll do a worst to first of just the mainline figures or something, and then that will do it, won't it? When will TVC end? Hopefully not for a while, my friend. You know, we know for a fact that we had the Hasbro guys on. They're planning for 2027, and we know, you know, so hopefully it's even beyond then. Sneak peek. Yeah, I've got a few bits going on here. 7 figures would be outstanding. Yeah, absolutely. If May the 4th can reveal 7 figures, I think we've got to be happy with that. Maybe a creature or a vehicle to throw in there as well would be pretty cool as well. You know, might be asking a little bit too much, but you never know. I do not have it. More skeleton crew and or characters and Acolyte Jedi. Kanaka. Yeah. So, you know, again, like the Acolyte isn't really my thing. Skeleton crew I enjoyed. It's not something that I'd necessarily want figures from over other things. I think there's some decent characters in it. But, you know, as action figures. There's just so many other things that I want before those. But I can understand why people want them. Hi from Turkey, or Turkey, as you know, it's renamed, wasn't it? In my opinion, Hasbro is too slow to release all the Inquisitors. They're too slow to release everything that we want, I think, is the crux of it. We'd like them to be a bit more quicker. I think, you know, when you're looking at the two shows that we've got, the Mandalorian Grogu film and Maul, it seems like, to me anyway, that we're getting a bit more of an offering than we usually would for a new entertainment, whatever you want to call it, series. So, you know, Black Series is getting a heavyset Imperial Remnant officer figure. Did you see it? I did. Yeah, he looks cool. Interesting to see what he does in the film, of course. Is he going to be like one of the main... Is he going to be like a Hux type character? You know, not the main baddie, but like one of them. Or is he just going to be an Imperial officer just gets bumped off pretty quick? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't seen the film. So, but yeah, I saw it. He's got a cool coat, isn't he? So that would be pretty cool. So that suggests to me that it'll be on the snowy planet, maybe, that they're on. Again, have to wait and see. But yeah, it's definitely one that I would, if he has a prominent role in the film. But he is black uniformed as well. We need the black uniformed officers from A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. So if they could, it's quite a big guy, isn't he? Though I'll have to have another look at it. Geek Strong, how you doing? Hey everyone, Tim Cratch on 300. Look forward to every week and evening to see the Ewok rave. Maybe I'll have to do another Ewok rave one day. The weather's improving over here, so maybe we'll do that. But then again, you have to be in the woods at the right time. You know, it's just, they're not just there all the time. So A New Hope Lars 2-pack would be nice. Yep, agree. And a Lars Homestead. I like the idea of figure dream packs for a Haslab. They could be packed like the SDCC pack from years back. Give us them 3 years in a row for us to catch up. Yeah, I agree, man. Like that would be a great way of delivering lots of figures at once. And also, this is just my opinion. You can disagree with it if you want, but the people that, the people that back that, they get them on like some kind of exclusive card, right? And maybe even get a loose version as well. I don't know, but let's just say they just get the fancy card, whatever it might be. I'm just spitballing here. I'm not suggesting anything, but let's just take foil cards for argument's sake, because they were something that they've done before. So let's just say there's some kind of exclusive packaging for the people that back the Haslab or figure dream pack, whatever you want to call it. And then you could release them in the main line on the standard cards. Yeah, because they're getting the money they want to get it backed. Then the people that didn't want to back it, that just maybe want 3 or 4 out of the, let's just say for argument's sake they do 8. Let's just say that, I only want 4 of them. Then you can release them again on standard cards. And then all of the figures that they've made, you've then got that tooling as well to like potentially make other characters. If there's some like forward planning, they could say, right, well, we'll include this character in the 8 because later on we can use his legs and arms for X character or whatever. I don't know how difficult the logistics of all of that is, but let me know in the comments what you think about that. I personally would be all for figure dream packs to get some kind of catch up. You could just have like an ESB one or a mix of everything. It doesn't have to be on one particular thing. Perhaps a £200 made to order modular Death Star over the space of a couple of years. Yeah, that's another idea of doing something like that. And then it all fits together at the end. You wouldn't want to miss one though, then, would you? That's the problem. It's like, I don't know, let's just say you buy through the first 3 and then you, I don't know, have something happen in your life that, your car breaks or something. You need to buy a new car or it's going to cost you a lot of money, and then all of a sudden you can't buy the fourth piece. You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? It is similar to Padme's cloak, but it's not. It isn't the same. There you go. Thank you for that. Why not a Visions line? I just think it just hasn't got enough exposure, really. The only people that know that it exists are the people that have Disney Plus, and not everybody has Disney Plus. And you know, even the Black Series has only got what, 1 or 2 characters from it. The Shaolin guy and his droid, I think. Again, I'm not up to speed really with the Black Series of what they have and haven't got. 750, the most I'd be comfortable with, but it'd have to be amazing. Anything over 500 would give me pause, though. Yeah, so it's a you know, it's definitely a good thing to get people's opinions on this sort of thing. 700 is my breaking point. Long-time collector, accustomed to buying toys, not high-end collectibles, as the rest of the toy industry tries to push us towards. Yeah. Anakin, Starship outfit. Starting to lose excitement for those 3-packs, so they're just pre-packs that eventually go into waves. It's dull. Either the 3-pack or the wave they go into. But that has always been kind of the case, right? Those 3-packs. They released a lot more of them in TVC 1.0 in a shorter space of time. There was like 8 or 9 of them, I think. And they all had repacks in them. I think the carded 3-packs I prefer, because obviously you're getting the carded 3-packs, and particularly the Heir to the Empire one, where you did actually get some newness in there, if you like. But yeah, I think that's kind of like just the way it is with those. Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones 3-pack. Congratulations, 300 episodes. Brilliant. Can't wait until the 21st of May for the month. 21st of May. Is that when you get to watch the film? What a question, Geek Strong. This is the type of, the intellect that we have on this show. Yes, I have got brain freeze. Of course I have. Everyone's had brain freeze, and there is no way you can get away from it. It's just a thing, and it hurts like hell if it's bad. Question, Tim, would you like a TVC Maul with spider legs and the snake? And how would you like the packaging to look like? I've got to say, that's probably my least favorite look for Maul. I think if I was to say, I want a new Maul, it would be the Phantom Menace one straight away. Yeah, it's not something that I would just think to myself, oh, I'd love that. I'd probably even take the Rebels version of him as well before that, if I'm honest. I'm disgusted about the Cantina 4-pack selling out. Do you think it will be rectified? Has it sold out? The one that's not out yet, right? Is it still available in the UK? Somebody will have to confirm for me. I didn't think it had sold out, but it may have done in other countries. I want the 2 gang leaders from the Maul show. Nico Dima. Yeah, he's quite a cool character, wasn't he? Like very sort of mafia-esque, aren't they? Yeah, they're fun. Is it just me or is the Saber Hill a bit oversized? Yeah, that's why I said it's a bit chunky. Even the beam looks a bit big. Let's get back to that image. Yeah, we'll have to, again, we'll have to just wait and see until we've got it in hand, won't we? Sometimes these images is not exactly what you're getting. I'll choose a Luthen, man, because I've got Bosks, I would love a new Bossk, 100%, but we don't have a Luthen at all. And he is, in my opinion, one of, if not the best character since Disney took over. Trying to think if I'm missing anyone since they took over, but yeah, he's right up there, isn't he? So, Andor Tar, Test Pilot Disguise, Armored ISB Troopers, yep, 100%, all of those. Devon great in the show, but figure looks a little too basic, like a kid's toy. Clone Wars animation adds a lot of texture and over-weathering to everything that makes it more engaging. Yeah. Well, as I say, these are, I mean, I don't know how, if anyone's got a picture from the stream, you know, and even then that might be a prototype that they were holding up. So probably is. And these look like photoshopped images, I think. This one especially. So again, it's one of them. We'll have to wait and see until we get it. Yep. Benmond, how you doing, buddy? Cheers, Tim. Congrats on the 3 hundo. Curious, I know you're moving some items on during your live sales. Are you thinning the collection? So I was thinning the collection from a carded point of view. Because I just can't or don't want to display every carded figure. There's too many. It's over 400 now. I just don't have the wall space. And when this isn't the case for everybody, but when I can't display everything, it annoys me a little bit. So now I'm just very selective in the ones that I want to keep. And that tends to be original trilogy, prequel trilogy, and or Rogue One, some of the Mandalorian. But I love all of the figures loose. So I open everything now. Obviously, I do for reviews and things like that. But I prefer to, you know, display things loose. Whereas before, my old collection room didn't really have like shelves and cabinets, no space for that. It just had wall space. So that sort of like pushed me to being a carded collector more. I would still open them, but then they would just be in like a box or something, you know. So it's not really thinning the collection, but and as I mentioned, you know, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I used to like if it was especially a trooper or over here we get solid cases of figures. So over in the States, you might buy a wave. So if you buy the whole case, you buy the wave. So like with certain figures, I was going, oh, well, I might buy a case of that figure. And then that's what I've been thinning out because I'm like, why did I do that? You know? Because you end up with just all these boxes that are just like a fire hazard more than anything else in a loft. So yeah, that's just the kind of things I've been thinning out. You know, I don't have the room to display Clone Wars carded figures, but I love the figures, right? If that makes sense. I guess the only one that wants a Visions line. Well, that might be one of the reasons why they haven't made it. I just don't think there'll be enough. You know, I think it's one of them things. Is like if they made it, people would enjoy it. But when you're asking somebody, do you want this or this? It'll probably be quite low on most people's want list due to the fact that we're missing so much from other things. There we go. So some people say it'll come back on Pulse. Does this mean that it's sold out in the States? The Cantina pack? Yeah. If I was a betting man, like with that poster, I don't even know who put that poster out. I think it's like they gave it to retailers and stuff. I think Star Action Figures might have posted it. And you've got all the figures that they've released already, and then the ones underneath, right? I'm pretty sure it's an official Hasbro thing, right? And there was like some silhouettes. Obviously, they weren't in the silhouette of the character that we're going to get in. They're just like generic. But I would hope that he is one of them, one of those missing silhouettes. That would be cool. You're very good, mate. I like that. That's good. Darren, congratulations on the 300th episode. My go-to channel for anything I need to know. Looking forward to seeing many more great videos and reviews. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you. He is. Here he is. There he is. So yeah, we do have a Bossk figure. So, and you know, although he's seriously lacking in articulation these days, he's still pretty good. So, you know, if there's a choice between him and Luthen, I'd have to pick Luthen. I'm hoping for a TK Trooper 4-pack in TVC. Yeah, that'd be a good one to do, like as an army builder. No worries, Shannon. Cheers for the support, buddy. Appreciate it. Why would they cut the cards? To save on wrapping. That's what they used to do. I don't know if anyone else had this, but or even to like disguise what it might be. Yeah. So you can even buy. Some people sell like vintage Star Wars collectors buy, or you can buy them like cut cards. They're called, and it's where the parents have like cut the cards, so you're just left with the bubble with the backing card to it. I'm not saying it's like massively common, but I'm pretty sure I remember getting it so that they can like package, you know, 3 or 4 together and disguise what it is, instead of you picking up the present and knowing exactly what it is straight away that it's a figure, you know. Oh no, you're not buffering, are you? You shouldn't be. I've got a connection. Buffering. Oh God. That serves me right for not being up with the chat. I would have noticed that. Member for 20 months. Thank you, buddy. Love the channel. I watch every episode. Love the Whatnot streams. Little Bossk is becoming quite the auctioneer. Yeah, he loves it. I've had to forward onto the further down the chat. Do apologize because I missed the fact that you were getting some buffering. Is it okay now? Tim is not buffering. Thank you. No, we're all good. What's Geek Strong said? Fact info. Did you know that Gina Carano was a gladiator on American Gladiators in 2008? I was watching the series this weekend and I was shocked to see her. Her character name was Crush. Didn't know that because I remember watching American Gladiators on here in England. We used to have a program called The Word, and I can't remember if it was on a Friday night or a Saturday night, but there's a great they wouldn't get away with putting it on the TV now. It'd be cancelled immediately. They used to have like bands on it, and it's like a bit of a sort of talk show, but it was psychedelic, let's put it that way. And either before it or after it, American Gladiators used to come on. I used to love watching that, but probably not in 2008. This is going back to like 1990, 91, somewhere around there. No, not going to Celebration, buddy. Too much, I'm afraid. Are we still getting the Jebel Temple Guard? Well, this is one of those ones that I think Jason had on his list, and this is one of those ones maybe where I don't know, like there's an early rumor or early information or whatever it might be, and then it gets cancelled at some stage, and then it doesn't end up happening. And maybe they'll try and fit it into you know, the next year or the year after. You know, I think that sort of thing has happened a lot over the years. I'm trying to think of other ones where, do you remember we had that rumor about the reissue, the 4 reissues? One of them was the Bespin Leia, and I think Dengar was the other one as well. There was 2 others in that wave, and they ended up getting cancelled if the rumor was true, you know. But I think that one came from like even maybe a retail source, if I remember correctly. So somebody might have got in trouble for that. Yep. I've ordered I've ordered a single of each figure. I didn't order the Army Builder pack, and I've ordered one Viper where you get an exclusive figure with it as well. And they're not cheap, by the way. Those figures were £30 each. And if you look at them, they're reusing the same sculpt over and over. So you've got the gold Cylon and the silver Cylon, exactly the same sculpt, and all the pilots are pretty much the same apart from the head sculpt. So there's a lot of reuse there. So when people are like talking about, you know, Hasbro doing this, that, and the other, obviously it's a much bigger company, and this is a smaller company, and obviously, but you know, but even though there's that reuse, they're still £30 each, but they look really good. So I had, you know, the Viper is no brainer for me. Had to go with that. Jedi Temple Guard was listed as yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. The word was great, controversial but great. Yeah, it's very much like the Big Breakfast Des. The two were sort of similar, weren't they? One in the morning, and obviously the word is at night. Love both of those shows. They need to make 3.75 Buck Rogers now. Yeah. It's a hard one to tell, really, isn't it? I mean, it seems like there was a big gap between Hunter and Crosshair, and I think there, you know, a lot of us have obviously kicked off publicly about, you know, the lack of like releasing the you know, crews of people, and that's just the Bad Batch is the ultimate one for me. It's like the Rogue One is you know, but these guys are together all the time. They come as a crew, and just to release Hunter and then just not do anything after that, that for me is poor. It's poor form. And then what was it, 2 years till Crosshair? So I would hope that the remaining 3 won't be a 2-year wait in between each one, and I don't think it will. But why? You know, I guess because the same as everything really, the line is only so big. Lots of other things that they want to get to, and maybe animation is not as high up as some of the other stuff that we want. You know, and I'm fully aware that the Black Series have had them twice already. So, and they got them released all at the same time, and they got the Imperial Crosshair as well, didn't they? Which is nice. Somebody accused me about always moaning about Black Series. Like this sounds like I'm moaning about the Black Series, but I'm just I'm not moaning. I'm pointing out realities with what they have and what we don't. I'm not moaning. But yeah, my parents did the card cut so they fit in a stocking. Yeah, that's it. Exactly right. So that's another reason. Yeah, it's like to get them in the top of a stocking. A card back, unless you bent it all up, wouldn't fit. So they often like cut them and then they could put them in, right? I used to save those, so it was disappointing. BOE's here, is he? Oh yeah, Bossk. Hi Bossk and ZSR crew. Hey buddy, how you doing, my friend? Done that one. There's T and Delvian. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hey Tim, sorry to pop on late. No worries, buddy. Awesome photography. Post it in my Discord. If you're a member of the channel or a Patreon supporter, you get access to the private Discord, and Galactic Photography posts his work in there, but I believe he's also on Instagram, so make sure you follow him. Awesome photography. That's good. Thank you. Do you think they will change the silver race stripe to gold? That's an interesting one. Not heard that before. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? They could do that, couldn't they? I think I got the question about like logos and stuff. We've seen the 50th anniversary logo. We know there's going to be like a logo. There has to be, right? For Lego, they'll all use it. Other brands. So I can definitely seeing it being on the card back, at least for anything that's from Star Wars: A New Hope. I'm not too sure if they'll do it for everything that's released that year. But yeah, gold, a gold racetrack design, like a foil gold. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Good idea, man. Do you think TVC could use weekly discussion show channel? Do you think TVC could use a weekly discussion show channel like TBS has Out of the Basement figure-board, or does TVC not get enough figure? Yeah, well, this is something that I have thought about, you know, because, you know, I've got various people that I could do that with, and it is something that I've thought about. But I just think the news is sort of too few and far between. I guess we do get sort of reveals at the same time these days as Black Series, but Black Series sometimes get other stuff when we don't. And I just, maybe there is more for a conversation to have, you know, to be had around the stuff. So obviously I put my reveals videos out and what have you. And then if we do a live stream afterwards, if it's, you know, for example, I'll probably get a couple of friends on to do a May the 4th live stream afterwards to discuss the reveals and what have you, and, you know, get the chat's input and things like that. But in terms of like a weekly discussion show, yeah, I Figureball, I like watching those guys. I popped on for their charity live stream a month or so ago now, and yeah, top blokes, like really good laugh. I had a great time for what, maybe the hour that I was on there. Yeah, it's good, man. Long time fan, first time commenter. Thank you. That's good. Always good to see new people commenting. Winslow, will they release the TVC Darth Talon this year? Your guess is as good as mine. I've seen this one asked for a fair amount as well. I kind of, when I look at this year now, I can't see past Maul, the Mando and Grogu, and the Tatooine, not Tatooine, the arena stuff, you know, the Battle of Geonosis stuff. When you think about those three things and how much stuff that they're putting out for those three, it's hard to see what else will be sort of out in the year. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like a figure here, a figure there, included in a wave, isn't it? Because the focus this year is those two shows or films, and the focus for the line, or mini focus if you like, is the Battle of Geonosis. So I don't think we're going to get like loads of stuff outside of that, if that makes sense. GA, hello there, buddy. How you doing? 300 and counting. Yeah, man. Do you think we'll get some more play sets this year? Death Star Hallway, Echo Base, Jedi Temple. Any would be good. I don't think I think probably the ones you've mentioned there are unlikely. Will we get a playset maybe for the Battle of Geonosis? I know there were some ideas going around, like a Ford Command Center for Yoda and the yellow ranked officer. If we got one of those to go in there, I can't see them doing the whole arena. I can't remember on Mr. Stevie's sketch whether he had like what looked like a potential playset or something. So I don't know. We're getting the Ore, and you get the cart with it, don't you? So can that be considered a playset, or is that a creature, or is it a vehicle? We'll have to wait and see, man. But I don't think it'd be. I think the Death Star Hallway is something that people would like. They should have just done that instead of the one that they gave us for the Mando, in my opinion. $30 is a fair price for a small company doing highly articulated figures. Third-party Kenner style figures are usually around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it. It's But I think the comparison comes when people start saying $20 for you know, it's a much bigger company we're talking about here, right? But there's still production costs, and I just think, my what I was trying to get at with that is that if every figure was different, then £30 you'd probably say, yeah, that's for a small company, but there is a lot of reuse there. So, but still, you know, I'm sure they're not trying to price gouge people. They've probably, you know, allowed for whatever profit that they feel they need to make, pay workers, all that kind of stuff, to actually turn a profit. You know, because obviously for a smaller company, the production costs will be higher, without a doubt. Where is our Lord and Savior Ponkrell? Yeah, I thought we would have. Well, I mean, the year's not out, is it? We've still got other reveals. You know, he won March Madness, didn't he? A couple of years ago now. That's one that I think they should just do, because then the clones as well from that arc are reasonably simple for them to do as well. Now we've got the buck for the new clone. When they release a Bad Batch, I won't ask for anything again. You might do, my friend, because there's something else will crop up that the Black Series get and we don't, and you'll be like, I'm asking for that. Will we get Garandan, Arliel, and Labria on cards? I would hope so. I was disappointed that pack wasn't carded, that's for sure. And I think, you know, as somebody pointed out about those 3 packs, 4 packs, whatever it might be, you know, they tend to be pre-packs or the other way around. They do it sometimes. I would like to think so, because I would, you know, judging by the fact that we do have the other Cantina aliens on cards, you know, even the ones before the Haslab, it would be nice to have those on card, I think. So I would hope so. But when that was announced, I was disappointed that it wasn't carded. I think they would have. I mean, somebody said it's sold out, but you know, let's just say they produced more. I think they would have sold more if had they been carded. Put it that way. I'd love a bigger playset like Jabba's throne room. Yeah, Jabba's throne room's amazing. Love that thing. So good to get. You know, how many figures have I got in there? You know, I've got about 25. Maybe 25 figures in one, you know, around one thing. That's the sort of thing that we want. That's why I like the Tanti 4 playset as well. You know, 4 or 5 stormtroopers, Vader. Hopefully we get a new C3PO, got R2D2, a couple of the other droids, the Rebel Fleet troopers. Love the playsets where you can actually fill them. Oh man, next year's Haslab Jawa Sandcrawler 50th anniversary. I'll back it right away. What about you, Bossk? I've been an advocate for a Sandcrawler before. Yeah, and we've talked about, you know, the top of it, they could add all of the plug-in pieces to make it into the Mandalorian version as well. So you can sort of, you know, maybe that could be the deluxe version or whatever. If you buy the deluxe, you get those extra pieces or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. It would be big though. I've seen some people do 3D printed Sandcrawlers, and they're massive, and they need to be as well, because you need to be able to open the panels and see all the insides and stuff. So yeah, further down the line, I get it, GA. Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. Great show, Stu, last night. Oh yeah, his photography, right? Oh, was Galactic Photography on there? Right, okay, I'll have to rewatch that. I wasn't around yesterday to watch it, unfortunately. Hi Tim, so happy to be here, buddy. Happy for you to be here, my friend. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's just a celebration of 300 episodes. It's wow, man. I can't believe it's that many, to be honest. Time, it just shows you how quickly time goes. Long may it continue, man, because you know, if I'm still doing it, it means that the vintage collection of 3.75 inch figures are still being produced. And they're super articulated. Biker Scout, how you doing, buddy? If they did a shiny gold foil racetrack on a card and not on a C3PO, I won't be happy. Delvian, are you in the camp that C3PO has to be vac metalized? Cheers, biker mate. Appreciate it. Cheers, Seb. Yeah. BOE. Here we go. Anyone see Brandon's May the 4th hint? Bit of a prequel tease. Oh. I'll have to maybe if I can, let's get on Instagram now, shall we? Let's see what we can see. Character selection, language selection. Oh no, sorry, chapter. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Right, so that's the loading screen for the Blu-rays or whatever, right? But for the prequels. That's interesting. He does work on the Black Series as well, though. So be careful what you wish for. Hey, Delvian, everyone's saying hello. Have to run, catch the rest later. Congrats on 300, Tim. Love the channel and what you do for the community. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, my friend. Do you have a nothing character you really want to see get a figure for some reason? I really want the Cronus 327, the assassin droid that Zero has killed in the Clone Wars movie. Oh, a nothing character. I mean, you can name a few from, like, the Cantina, for example. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can think of that I want that's just like a nothing character. This takes you back, doesn't it, to the days when they did used to make those, like Jiran and the gunner guy and Weo Sleer, things like that. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, and maybe if you leave that on the comments, I'll maybe answer that. I mean, I've thought about it a bit more. A nothing character. There's loads, isn't there? Let's face it, we don't get the main characters, let alone the nothing characters. But I'll have a think about that. Long arm Lenny, I mean Bossk. What's your favorite TVC figure of all time? Difficult one, because it depends. Like, from a character point of view and just the way the figure looks, I always say this. I think it's VC 175. I think it is it? Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight from Jabba's Palace. Just love the figure. I love the way that his cloak is the brown, the dark brown from, a nod to the Kenner days, and maybe that's what it's like actually in the film as well. It's quite dark and dingy in there, isn't it? So it's hard to see, but I just love the figure. I love the card back. Just get so many memories of that from Return of the Jedi, because obviously that came out when I was 6 turning 7 that year. So that one for me. But then if you're talking about like a figure from like how good the figure is, the Haslab Kanan is an unbelievably good figure. Even the Sabine Wren from the 2-pack, another great figure as well. Just trying to think what else. I think I'd have to go with the Luke, though. It's not the best now in terms of articulation, but it's, from an all-round product point of view, I'd have to go with that. My question got skipped over. Sorry. Ghost, no electronics, Jazzwares, deluxe Ghost, lights and sounds, all the figs, 2 Y-wings, under $100. Thoughts? The Jazzwares, is that the small thing though, right? I mean, it's a lot smaller. I don't think you can compare. I think like lights and sounds isn't. We've seen them do it before. They can do it. I just think it would be even more money. So it's like they're probably just trying to keep the cost down. I don't know how much it would cost for them to put lights and sounds in the Ghost, but how much was it? It's 500 already, right? Like, how much would it be of the lights and sounds, and then would that have like pushed it over to what they would have thought would have been an acceptable price to charge? I don't know. I'm not really like with lights and sounds and everything. If I was a 12-year-old or maybe a bit younger, 10-year-old kid, and you know, even like going back to like the Kenner days, right? My original Millennium Falcon, it had sounds, but I can't tell you really how often I actually pressed the, you know, in like my play, pressed it because it made an awful sound. Yeah, so to me, lights and sounds aren't that important because I just display the stuff. It's not as if I'm sort of swooshing it around, pressing the buttons. In fact, my big Millennium Falcon goes off by itself. It often just like makes a noise for no reason. Nothing's touched or whatever. But essentially it just sits there, doesn't it? Looking good, you know? So for me, it's not really an important aspect of it. I know other people want lights and sounds, and that's completely fine. But for me, it's just not. I'd rather they get the deco better, which I think the Ghost was lacking a little bit. The interior could have had a bit more going on, considering the space that was in there. Things like that, really. I'm more concerned about accuracy, detail, things like that, rather than something that's going to make a funny sound when I press the button, you know. But that's just me. Cooper on 3. Yeah, congrats. Thanks, Cooper. Appreciate that. Do you think we'll get a new T1B medical droid, Amanaman and Ugnaught next year? Well, Amanaman, we'll have to wait and see with the film, won't we? Because there is one. We've seen him in the trailer. He pops out of the water, don't we? Doesn't he? So maybe we'll get him from the Mandalorian Grogu. We'll have to wait and see. Ugnaught, a medical droid. I don't know. I can't say. Now, the medical droid. That's possibly one that I'm annoyed they haven't done, because he is in Ahsoka. And I think it's like a good crossover, these things. Like when a character from the original trilogy is then brought forward by Filoni or Favreau, because they love these sort of like fanboy nods and things like that. They love the nods to the, we're talking about it earlier, the INT Int 4 mini rig, you know. It's in the Mandalorian Grogu. We don't know how much it's going to be in there, but it's in there. So they love these little nods to it and stuff like that. So 2-1B is a bit of a disappointment for me, because there's that crossover there. They could like make multiple people happy. Original trilogy people will be happy, and you've got a droid from the Ahsoka series as well. And he's been in other things as well. So Clone Wars, for example. Revenge of the Sith, there's one. I'm not too sure if it's 100% the same, but similar. I hope we get a fully posable Rot of the Hutt. Yeah, that'd be cool. With his swords and what have you. Do you think the long-rumoured 3PO will have vac metal, and would you like it to or not? I've talked about this a little bit before. I personally, for the most of my displays, the 3PO that I need doesn't need to be like super shiny, and I think they're getting pretty good now with some of the silver paints that they use and things like that to be able to put out a decent 3PO. Having said that, I collected the figures from the Kenner, and I do like the vac metalized look as well, and he is, super shiny at the end of A New Hope and in other points in the films. So I wouldn't be against it either. But first and foremost, I think I'd like both, but I think to get it done, I would just go for a very, very shiny paint that's not necessarily VAT metalized. Again, just my opinion. You can slaughter me in the comments, or you can agree. Entirely up to you. Do you think we'll get an updated Mace window for the battle? I'll be so disappointed in a repack. I don't think we'll get a repack because they've already done that. We already had that figure repack from TVC 1.0, so they definitely won't put that one out again. Will we get a new one? I really hope so, because he's one of the main players from the arena. What I can say in all certainty is that we won't get everything in that arena. It's just impossible. They won't do that. So there are going to be characters that miss out. Like, you know, for me, Ki-Adi-Mundi is up there with Mace Windu. You know, I think I hope we get a Ki-Adi-Mundi, for example, as well. But again, just have to wait. We're not going to have to wait long now. You know, most of the stuff is going to get revealed in the next 2-3 months for the rest of the year. Unless it's like some exclusive 3-pack that comes out of nowhere that's Amazon exclusive and is available, you know, to pre-order the next day and comes out towards the end of the year or something. But in terms of like the waves of figures, I reckon we'll have most of that revealed by, you know, when's SDCC, for example, somewhere around then. Do you think Yoda could use or get an updated, fully articulated figure to fit in with the Battle of Geonosis theme? Yeah, he's another one, isn't he? This is the problem. Like, the Mace Windu needs updating, the Yoda needs updating. Ki-Adi-Mundi, we don't even have a figure to be updated. I know we've got previous versions from Clone Wars and stuff like that, but we don't have an Attack of the Clones Ki-Adi. So, again, we'll just have to wait and see what we get. You know, then on the other side of it as well, separatist side, you've got, you know, new battle droids. Wouldn't it have been good if we actually got battle droids that can hold the weapon in both hands? Super battle droids. I think we know they did hint that we're getting a Geonosian warrior. We've got the Poggle. We've got the one on the Picador. So it's pretty obvious that we're going to get. I think they've pretty much announced that anyway. I'm pretty sure they did, or pipelined it or somehow. That we're going to get, you know, a standard Geonosian warrior. So it'd be nice to get some droids as well, battle droids. And then if we had the new C-3PO, then you could have a C-3PO version from Attack of the Clones, and you could have the swappable heads, body for, you know, that scene. I'm not too sure if we're going to get all this stuff though, guys. Like, yeah, we'll have to just wait. Probably not. If again, I'm just speculating, but probably not. How much? When the Smuggler's Run one came out, it's 400. They wouldn't be able to do it for 400 now, not with everything that's going on in the world. So if it was me and I didn't have one, I would go back to the 2010. I think it's 2010 Legacy Collection, 2008 maybe Legacy Collection version. That's what I would, because that's the cheapest one out of all of them. You've got the Vintage Collection one from 2012, I think it is, in the proper Kenner box, super expensive. The Smuggler's Run version now is getting expensive on the secondary market, but I'm pretty sure I saw somebody sell the original one for like £250. That is over here. So I mean, to me, that's a bargain to get a big Millennium Falcon for that. Production costs are almost the same for a 3.75-inch super articulated and 6-inch sticker. So $30 looks high. If it was 6-inch, it would look an acceptable price. Yeah. Well, this is it, isn't it? And it's hard to sort of, you know, you'll never justify that to people, so they can't go as high as a Black Series figure. But let's just say, for example, and I'm not saying that they should ever do this, but let's just say, for example, these did sell for the same price as Black Series, then we would get more. That's just a thing, but it doesn't, and they can't, so we won't. I'd like to see an Alien 4-pack with humanoid OT aliens. We can easily swap heads and kit bash into custom characters. Do you think we'll get a new Mandalorian from season 1 of the new mold they made for the movie? Pagadon. Season 1 of the Mandalorian. Is that what you mean? Get back to me on that one. Let's have a look. That's why I love 3 3/4 scale styles and GRJ. You can just do so much more in world building than in this. Yeah, 100%. Okay, he's got back. Not 100% VAC metal, but they can do something so it's a bit shiny. I can see a VAC metal 3PO as a celebration exclusive. Yeah, this is, yeah. So I think like as a standard release, I think a shiny version is acceptable, you know, and then maybe as you say, it's like a convention exclusive. You could get the VAC metalized one. That would be a cool way of doing it. Because the thing is, when and if they do a C3PO, and I hope it's sooner rather than later, I'm probably going to have to buy a case of them, because you know I just in one cabinet alone I'm probably in need of like 6 C3POs. You've got Endor, A New Hope, Jabba's Palace, Cantina. Need a removable limbs one for Empire Strikes Back. Just trying to think what else. So this, you know, I need 5 or 6 of them immediately, and then I want a carded version, of course, to go on my first 12 run at the top there. So, you know, I'll probably have to buy a case of them. But I don't want a case of VAC metalized C3POs, because we're talking about this in my Discord channel the other day. Like, I think I did a video about, you know, is this the best 3.75 inch C3PO? And it's the one you can get in the 2-pack. It's the solo packaging. So you've got R2D2 and C3PO, terrible articulation, 5 POA, but the deco on him is great. You know, he's got the oil coming down from the restraining bolt and other sort of nooks and crannies on his plating. I think he's got the dent in his head. You know, he's just perfect from looks wise. So that's kind of what I need for a lot of my displays. I don't need an ultra shiny C3PO, but it would be cool to have one on a card. I'm not going to lie. Here's to at least 300 more episodes and 300 plus more TVC figures. Thanks for the work. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that. Hasbro produce so many characters. I just don't care about that $30. Hasbro produced so many characters. I just don't care about that. $30 would, for a TVC, would be my breaking point. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is it. And that's why we've got this deluxe thing, isn't it? Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much. Yeah, how long have we been on? Nearly 2 hours. That's how quickly things go. So I'm not going to be on for too much longer. But it's great doing these things live. You know, obviously recording these, you know, it's great having to pick the questions. And I'm fortunate enough to get enough questions each week that I can, or I have to admit some. But it's, you know, it is quite a lot of work on that Sunday to get the video done, a lot of editing and stuff, but it is enjoyable doing it. But equally, live streams are cool as well. And I said on somebody else's live stream a while ago that I should do more live streams again, back in the sort of time when everyone had more time on their hands. You'll remember that time of that we were all going through. You know, we're doing so many live streams all the time, and I think I can just do more of them really. So yeah, we'll definitely look to do that. But it's just having those sort of talking points, you know. Hey, Path Doc, how you doing? Good to see you here, buddy. What are the odds they'll release TVC Rot of the Hut for the new film? Yeah, somebody mentioned that earlier. That would be pretty cool. I can't give you the odds, but did somebody rumor that for at least one of the lines? Black Series, TVC? Can't remember which. I swear I saw some kind of rumor about that. I wouldn't mind the odd light feature, but don't care about the sound effects. Yeah. I think if I was, yeah, absolutely. For the choice between the two, it would be lights over sounds for sure. If not for like all of the toy photographers out there. I just bought an Int 4 and 3 Snow Troopers from 1983. They're my first Kenner figures. I love them. Yeah. I saw somebody, unless you're the same person, I saw somebody on one of the groups buy an Int 4 because they saw it on the poster. They're like, I've got to have that. I think I do still have one in my collection somewhere. The Int 4. Used to love the mini rigs. As I said, they were a great way for parents. It's like a cheap alternative to some of the more expensive vehicles back in the day. It's like you could pick them up for so cheap, you know, and a kid wouldn't really care whether it is in the movie or not. After we get a decent C3PO New Hope, we should get a super shiny C3PO for the Yavin ceremony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but for the standard, like a standard release, as I said, I just can't. I don't need 6 or 7 vac metalized super shiny C3POs. I need ones with different deco. Thank you, Kirby Mock. Appreciate that, man. I know you've always commented on my videos and asked questions and things like that, so it's greatly appreciated. Appreciated, my friend. Thank you. With the Orion Picador set coming, do you see a shift away from bigger ships to medium-sized beasts and rig combo? If so, what do you see coming next for this area? Yeah, I mean, I can't give you any examples of what I'd like to see without thinking about it a bit more. But I think like the smaller vehicles, and we've seen them put out some creatures recently. We got the Bantha, obviously, but we got the Blurg. That was a great release. That I would like to see more of that sort of stuff. The sort of medium-sized, mini rig type things, as we've mentioned. Speeder bikes, other speeders like Mando speeder would be cool. Cobb Vanth speeder would be awesome. I know my buddy John Miko's got like a custom built version of that. Looks absolutely amazing. Just things like that. Just these things that like I'm looking up there, like Anakin speeder from Attack of the Clones, Dooku speeder, that sort of thing. I just think doesn't have to be that expensive. I'd like to see more of that. We need that metal 3PO, dirty 3PO, red on 3PO. Yeah, we do. Well, they need to get the sculpt out first, don't they, buddy? So as soon as they got that one sculpt, this is what I've said to them before. I was having a conversation with Chris, the designer at one of the things over here in London. I said to him, like, you know, the amount of reuse you can get from a C3PO. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. He doesn't need me to tell him that. You know, it's been in the game long enough. They've made C3POs in the past. They've repainted C3POs in the past. So it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Just get on and do it. Pablo Jill. The Pablo Jill isn't a bad figure as it is, isn't it? But it's 3.75-inch Black Series. I think it's in a Legacy collection as well, right? Does he have rocker ankles? I think he might even have rocker ankles, that figure, you know. Will we get? Well, that would be cool, wouldn't it? We got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, We've already got X-Wings, even though it could do with an update. So if you think about, you know, the main battle from Star Wars: A New Hope, that's the one that's missing, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure the one that we've got is still the Kenner mold. People might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it looks very similar to me. It hasn't changed a lot. So if they could give it the proper TVC, you know, attention to detail, that'd be fantastic. I'd love that. That'd be awesome. Although saying that, the Y-wing, it was never really one of my favorite ships. I never had it when I grew up, and you know, from the Kenner line. It wasn't that really sort of, I don't know, it just wasn't as cool as an X-wing or a TIE fighter. But to complete that, that's the one that's missing. And next year would be the perfect year to do it if they were to ever to do it. Young Boba, yeah. Episode 2, yeah. I don't actually have a Kit Fisto loose, so I've never really, you know, I don't really know how good that figure is underneath his Jedi robes. I would imagine that it's probably not good enough to be reissued, for example. They'd need to redo him. Demis or Lucifario. I'd have to look up who they are. These names. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, these new names from the, so these are the two gangster guys, right? Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Demis. Demis is either little one. They kind of remind me of, you know, Mafia, like Joe Pesci or whatever from various gangster films. I think those are probably less likely than the Jedi Master, for example. And he's the one that I want the most out of that, from that series. Well, yeah, this is it, isn't it? Because obviously they, you know, if you look at the knees on the current ones that we've got, they're slightly different to the rest of the figure, aren't they? Because obviously the vac metal can like ping off, basically it can chip. So yeah, agreed. Need all of those. Hey buddy, how you doing? What's my dream deluxe figure, considering variation of molding and the range of accessories they could have? Wow. This is difficult because I never really want to talk about characters that, you know, giving them ideas of like, it should be deluxe, because ideally you don't really want them to be deluxe if possible. But I think if like Baze Malbus, for example, is a deluxe, then you can safely say that someone like Wrecker would more than likely be deluxe. I think he was deluxe in the Black Series as well. A Man, would he end up being deluxe? I'm trying to think. I'm going to say Ponkrell, because I know how much lots of other people want him in the line, and although I'm not a massive fan of Dexter from Attack of the Clones, or Ponkrell really for that matter, but I think the design of him's good, and he would make a good figure. So I'll probably say him. And you know, judging by the fact that he won March Madness one year, and a lot of people want him, that it will probably sell quite well as well. So I picked up the 3.75 inch GI Joe Hiss tank for $30. This, right, yeah. So the Haslab one's the 6-inch one, isn't it? Right. Repaint and customize into a Jawas sandcrawler. Sentry tank. The way costs are rising, we're going to have to just satisfy ourselves with more customs and 3D prints. Fair enough. Late to the show, not sure if it's been asked, but what are the chances of an AT-AT in the vintage collection? I'd probably say low. At this point, an AT-AT would have to be a Haslab, I would say. I can't see it happening, to be honest. I would like it to, because I would like an AT-AT. I've owned the previous ones, but never opened them, and I would like a loose AT-AT for my Hoth display. So, but it's a bit like the Millennium Falcon, isn't it? Getting those out again. I remember, I think I had Steve Evans on one of my shows once, and I mentioned that to him, and he said something like, "Oh, I'd have to check if we've even got the tooling for that now, because the last time it was released was 2012. So when you see these reissues like Leia Endor, for example, that figure was originally released in 2006, but they used the tooling further on. They re-released it in the 3.75-inch Black Series, so that's why they've still got it. But if the gap is too long, then those things go, they go missing. So, or they deteriorate or whatever. So, yeah, I would like that though, but I think it's unlikely personally. Thanks for the great show. Happy 300. Thank you, buddy. Tops 375. Dang, YouTube didn't show the live stream. So I'm gonna have to catch up. Yeah, I tried to post on social media and on the I don't really know how much the tab on, the posts tab on YouTube, I don't know how many people actually see that, so sometimes I'll put things on there about reveals or whatever, or pre-orders, or if there's a live stream coming up and things like that, but I'm not too sure how often that gets into people's feeds. If you're looking on a desktop, probably never, unless you visit the tab. Mobile it might, but yeah, apologies if you didn't see that, my friend. 7 a.m. here in Melbourne. Good morning. Maybe they can make more deluxe figures if we could vote on which figures could be made on that format. Yeah. Mini rigs need to make a comeback. Yeah. Need to get up to Echo Live again for a guest appearance you've missed. I have missed the last few. Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah. I think it's because like the last few, there just hasn't really been anything for me to buy. And as much as I love meeting up with everybody and everything, it is also nice to sort of like come home with something. It's like, oh, you do a video and like my pickups or whatever, but like there's just nothing really that I am looking for necessarily. So, and the things that I might be missing just happen to be really expensive. Like, for example, when the Cantina was announced, some of the older Cantina aliens that I was missing, they just jacked the prices up for them. An Echo Live's supposed to be good value. And when people are asking for like £75 for Felterpern, whatever his name is, then you're just like, no, I'm not going to do it. So would you be willing to pay extra for a VAT metal version of 3PO as in more than a deluxe price, especially if they were a regularly priced non-VAT? Yeah. Well, yeah, because ultimately my main aim of getting C3PO is that the sculpt is made, and we have a really good C3PO that can be made for so many different things. Even Red Arm C3PO, I'd buy that from The Force Awakens. The sequel trilogy aren't my favorite things, but I would still like the Red Arm C3PO. But yeah, I would expect to pay more for a C3. I don't like paying more for anything, but I'd be willing to pay more for a VAT metallized C3PO because I think it would cost more for them to produce. I think it's just gonna, if that happens, I would expect him to be more than the standard version. Should C3PO have a 50th anniversary badge on the card if he comes out next year? He'll be the odd. Yeah, this is it. This is the inconsistency video that I did, isn't it? He would be the only one that has that, wouldn't he? Oh my God, I haven't even thought about that. If he does come out next year. Oh no. He would, yeah. Actually, he's not the only one. You've got the Tusken Raider with the 50th anniversary Lucasfilm logo. So he wouldn't be the odd one out, but he'd be one of them. In terms of like the heroes, you're affecting my OCD, Christopher, my friend. Speaking of mini rigs, I want to see Bossk Kenner Cap 2 in the Mandoverse at some point. That thing was a mech suit before its time. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to see that. We need a Wampa in TVC. We do. That would be a good creature for them to get out in like the sort of blurg size, size box and things like that. More play sets. Love the Cantina and Jabba's Palace. Will we ever see a Patrol Dewback or even a Death Star playset Palatoy version TVC? I think if they were ever to do a Death Star playset, it would be Retro Collection. I can't see the point in releasing a cardboard anything in the Vintage Collection. It needs to be not cardboard, basically. So I could see, if they were ever to do the Palatoy Death Star, it would be a Retro Collection thing. Patrol Dewback, yeah, that's one that I would have preferred over the Bantha, although I love the Bantha. It's great. I would have preferred that. So, and again, that's another one that's got crossover. The Dewback did the Bantha did as well. But the Dewback, the Mando rides one, doesn't he? So, thanks for asking my questions. Correct on 3. Been enjoying your channel and this series since episode 1. Thank you, my friend. I'm off to bed. I've become one with the Force. May the Force. Yeah. What's your favorite episode you did out of 300? Mate, there's no way I'll be able to remember all of them. Yeah, it's impossible to know. The one that got the most views. There you go. No, I don't know. It's impossible to remember one particular episode. Maybe the first episode, because it's the first and everyone seemed to like the idea of the episode on the channel and everything, and obviously it's enabled me to make 300 of them. So yeah, buddy, I think we're gonna wrap it up in a second anyway, but I don't know whether Steve Evans is still live streaming or not. I believe we were clashing. I think he started at 9. I can't remember how long his go on for, whether it's just like a 45-minute thing or an hour thing. But if he is still going, then hop on over to his channel to see if he's doing his Tall Toy Tales live stream. Because yeah, we're going to finish up now. But I just want to say, like, before I go, just thank you to everybody, really. Like, thank you to everybody that's watches my videos, hit the like button, leaves comments. It's YouTube goes off engagement. So the more people engage with the videos, the more they get shown to other people, the more people discover the channel. And ultimately, the reason for me starting this channel was because I was interested in video production for a start, but Star Wars, getting to know you guys in the chat, and as I say, the Ask Bossk series is just a better way of like engaging with you all, really. And I just want to thank everybody for leaving their questions, even like super chats and patrons and things like that. Anything that's just like helped me with the channel, and people on the Discord making that a fun place to be. Just want to thank everybody, really. Even if you don't get involved in the conversation, don't leave comments, even just watching, I just appreciate it, man. And like, if you're a subscriber as well, thank you so much. But that's all I've really got to say. Thanks for watching today, and for keeping the chat alive and everything. It's been awesome. Roll on May the 4th, absolutely, buddy. Yeah, definitely be doing a reveals, you know, letting you know my thoughts on the reveals from May the 4th. Hopefully there's some really good stuff that we can look at and we can look forward to and we can discuss, and maybe we'll do a live stream after it as well with some friends on the stream as well. But thanks all for watching, guys. Appreciate it. There'll be more videos in the week. I still haven't reviewed all of the Mando figures. I haven't reviewed the Remnant Snowtrooper. I've got him to do. I don't know why I've been putting that one off. I just haven't done it. So I will put that video out and some other stuff as well. But thanks for watching, everybody. We are going to sign off. Thank you to anybody that left super chat earlier. I hope I saw everybody that did that. So thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you so much.